Hey guys, Lou Wizard here with another video on Gems of War, and this week we have an event going on called the Price of Knowledge, and I believe this is the only event going on this week. That's what it looks like, and this is a Shen-Tang event, so troops from that team, I've already been playing around with this a little bit, but troops from that kingdom are what we need to build a team around. And it is spell damage that is what we need to focus on. If you go in here to the shop, I do recommend buying the first two, because then you'll have a Potion of Enchantment, Potion of Explosion. Those are really good, and it only costs you, I think it's 30 for the first one and 70 for the second one, so it's about 100 gems. And if you're in a pretty active guild, you should get more than enough gems in order to purchase these two things here. Now you can purchase further up to get like a medal, and medal is going to give you like the 160% bonus, and so that's really good, but you don't need that to start out with. But if you click the little question mark there, you'll be able to see what's going on here with the different percentages. So for just a badge, and that's what I'm using right now, we have 40% spell damage for all troops in the current event. So we're going to focus on spell damage, and there's some pretty good troops in this kingdom that have really good spell damage, so I'm going to go over a little bit of what I'm doing here for my team. And you really can use any class you want, but you can't use any weapon that you want. Weapons seem to be restricted to Shen-Tang. And there's a few decent weapons in here. We have Sky Hero, which is good for generating red mana. You also have Festival Staff that generates some red and green gems, also enchants. Then we have the Cobaltine Wand, which will explode 32, or it's going to be a different number there because it's based on your current magic, but it will explode some red gems on the board, and then it gives a random status effect to all Shen-Tang allies. So that could be anything from enchant to reflect to bless to barrier and all those good things. So that's pretty awesome there. There's a couple other weapons here for it, but those I think are some of the better ones that you can use. And I'm using the Cobaltine Wand because I like the explosion of all the different mana. It's a great mana generator, and it's going to give our troops a random positive status effect. Plus, it'll also summon a Shen-Tang troop in case one of our troops dies. Now, as far as troops go, there's different teams here that you can build, and of course some of it's going to depend upon which troops you have currently. So some of these troops you might not have. So I'm just going to list out a few of the ones that I think are good troops to use in building a team, and then I'll go on to talk about my team, and we'll go in and do some battles. So first of all, here I sorted the troops by rarity, and we have two mythic troops that we can use for this event. And the first one here is Huang Long. This troop does some damage to all enemies and gives 3 magic to all dragons. So if there's enough dragon troops here, you could build a team around dragon Shen-Tang troops. That's a pretty good one. Then we also have Tian Yi, which is actually pretty decent. Steals magic for the first enemy at the start of every turn. Does some heavy splash damage. So that's really good there. Emperor Liang really isn't great for doing damage, but it's a good mana generating weapon. It will destroy all gems of a chosen color. Plus it gives all of those allies of that magic color 30 life and 4 magic. So you're going to be able to boost some magic damage with this troop, which is good for this event since we're getting a bonus to spell damage. It'll also, on 4 or 5 matches, enchant random ally, which is useful as well. Now, we do have La Raza here, which this troop will do damage to all enemies, or can do a number of other things. But the thing that's really great about this is it'll conjure a Madness Storm, which is a more blue and more purple gems are going to fall down on the board every single turn. That storm's going to be going on, so that's, if you want to build a team around blue and purple mana, this La Raza troop is really good for that. You can get that troop down in the Underworld and La Raza's lair. So, but we're moving on here to some other legendary troops, which is Keelan. Keelan is a really great troop normally, but we're not going to use this troop for this event because it doesn't do any spell damage, it does skull damage, and our bonus is going to spell damage. So I recommend the best troop for this event is going to be Yao Gai. This troop is amazing. I love it. It really should be mythic status. It's a legendary, You can ascend it to Mythic, but I'm talking about base rarities here. So base rarity, this thing is a legendary troop, and it only has a 15 mana cost, but this thing is amazing and does great spell damage, and it steals magic when it does it, and it transforms all purple gems on the board to red when you cast it. So it's gonna fill up with mana really quick. So that's a really good troop there. So let me scroll down here. For Moonrabbit is really great if you're using yellow troops that have yellow mana. It starts with full mana if you have fully traded, and it gives them extra life and blesses the first ally. A lot of great things to say about Moonrabbit as far as a mana generator. But I chose not to do that because I don't really use too many troops here that focus on yellow. My main damage here in my team is yellow guys, so I focus on green and red. So I'm using for a mana generator my weapon, which explodes, but I'm using also this Tulieo here. And choose a color, enchants all troops of that color, and give them 6 mana to them, boosted by gems of that color. Really great for getting your whole team powered up, and I'm focusing on a lot of green here, so I would select green for this, and it would give mana to itself, Yao, and the weapon I'm using. They all use green, and then it would enchant them as well. So that's what I'm focusing on there. Now, a troop that's not a legendary, I don't think this is a legendary base rarity, I could be wrong, but I don't think it is Panglong. This thing does damage to all enemies, and that damage is boosted by enchanted allies. But it does damage to all enemies, and we're trying to focus on spell damage, so I think that's a good one. Some of these other troops could be okay, but a lot of them just do damage to a single enemy. The Diviner is also a mana generator as well. It could be useful. Transforms the chosen color to yellow. And there's a few other troops in here, like this does true damage to the weakest enemy. That would be a pretty good one if you don't have some of those other legendary and mythic troops. This right here, Monkey Disciple, is a pretty good mana generator. It gives life to all allies too, so if you're struggling on keeping your team alive in this event, throwing in Monkey Disciple would be good. So that's really good there. That's pretty much it for troops for this. So, you know, that's about it. Now, for my team, like I said, I'm focusing on Tulieo's mana generator and my weapon, and then for spell damage, I'm focusing on Yao. But I am using a mythic troop, Tian Yi, because it's going to do heavy splash damage, and of course that damage is going to be boosted by the badge that I have, which is 40% extra spell damage. And it will be stealing magic, so it's gonna, the longer the battle goes on, it's going to be able to do even more magic damage. So real quick here, my banner is the Maze banner. It gives me double the green and double the red, which is really good. Now you can use any class with this event. The monk class is the Shen Tang class, so if you do want to get a bonus for a full Shen Tang team, selecting that as your class would probably be the best thing. And monk class is really good because you can get barrier. It does have rock solid, and if you have it leveled up totally to 100, you also have fortitude, which protects you from a lot of things like being devoured. So well, we're gonna go in here and we'll test out this team here that I'm using. And I do have the potion of enchantment and explosion, so as you're going to see here, I'm going to be able to power up things pretty quickly. Now, the other good thing that's going on here is I do have synergy between Yao and my weapon, because this is going to convert purple gems to red, and as you just saw, like, the red gems didn't match. But what this weapon does is it explodes red gems, so I will be able to generate mana now for Yao. And now that Yao is fully powered up, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of these 4 matches just so that the enemy doesn't have a chance there. But Yao is fully powered up once again. And here we get an extra match there. That was really good. And I'll finish them off with Tian Yi. But this is a really, really good team here for this event. We'll go in and we'll do a few more battles with this. I want to show you how Tulieo works. We can get it powered up before we kill everything. Okay, Yao is powered up, and let me see. Let's focus on powering that up. Okay, so Tulieo is now powered up, and all we have to do in this situation is select we choose a color, and it's going to enchant all allies of that color and give them 6 mana. So I'm going to select green. Boom, I'm already up to 10 mana out of 15 with Yao Guai. So I really love that troop as a mana generator. And I'm going to go ahead and cast this. Did some damage there. Do a little skull damage there to finish that one off. So, yeah, this is a really good team. I really like Yao. Like, Tian Yi's good in there for, like, a backup source of damage, but Yao Guai is really the main troop here. Boom. And it does so much damage. I love it. We'll do another battle. I got a 114. This one should be a little tougher. Yeah, we'll match that skull there real quick. Go ahead and do this. Do green. Now that is full. We're going to do this. It's not going to fill up too much there, but we can go ahead and explode this. Go ahead and fill up those two. And then one thing to know about Tian Yi here is that it will do double damage if the attack on this troop is higher than the troop that you attack. So my attack on it is 54. None of these have a lower attack than 54, so it won't do double damage there, unfortunately. But it still did a decent amount of damage, and with Yao Guai there, that battle was so quick and smooth. So, yeah, alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. That's all I got for you for this event. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.